Hello everybody, and welcome back once more to Blended Miniatures. Today I wanted to show off probably one of the miniatures that I am the most proud of. This is the Knarl-bot. Now, anyone who's familiar with Warhammer 40k will know of a species known as the Kroot, who are a sub-race or a subspecies or a subservient mercenary group to the Tau Empire. And these people have a lot more primitive technology, or at least supposedly so. And they tend to fight using beasts of burden. But I was working on a version of a Kroot mercenaries army that was based off the Space Wolf Codex, using primarily Knarlocks as Thunderwolf cavalry. Very much a themed list, not designed around being strong or anything like that. Mostly just for the theme, because I had all the Knarlock miniatures. And when the new Space Marine Codex came out with the new Dreadnoughts, I thought this would be an interesting opportunity to try something different, because previously whenever I'd done counts as of the vehicles and things like that, when it came to things, it was always just a mounted Kroot. For example, this one here is a Knarlock rider, but with a gun, a much larger gun, and armored up with a bunch of technology to represent a Tau battlesuit. That was just the idea, in order to allow the units to be used, or the models to be used, I should say, rather than the units. However, this one here is representative of one of the, well, when it was originally built, I should say, it was representative of one of the new Primaris Dreadnoughts, the Redemptor, I believe it is. However, with the release of the new Tau Codex, I began a retcon or a rebuild of the model, because originally, when I built it, it didn't have this massive cannon, and it didn't have these guns. It had, it just had this plasma gun from one of the Sentinels in place up here, as well as two Storm Bolters. And you can see on the underside there, it has the flamethrower. But yeah, this has now been repurposed for my Tau Empire army as a Riptide counts as, and this is the Ion Accelerator. And this is, of course, whoops, there it is. That is, of course, magnetic, so I can repose it if I need to, or I can replace it with the alternative weapon if need be. But as I was saying, this is probably one of the miniatures I am the most proud of, primarily because of its construction, because it came out of basically just building just random components. The basis of the miniature is from the Imperial Knights Armiger Helverin kit. You can see the legs and the main body. That section there where the tailpipe is actually where the head of the Helverin would go. And then I've just mounted the legs of the Helverin, combined with Orc killer can components primarily. So you can see there's also bits of Orc biker there. There's a hatch from an Orc killer can. You can see some of the armor components from the Helverin there, as well as just random bits and pieces all over the place. But the basic shape was just so perfect, the way that the Helverin armor, the Helverin shape, the way that it curved, was so perfect for the Knarlock. And the idea came when I was converting or re-armoring an actual Great Knarlock. You can see this is the back section of an Armiger, and it has like the shoulder bits there, and the curve is like perfect for the way that a Knarlock is positioned. This was just built just for the sake of it, really, just to show a more armored Knarl-bot with the massive fusion gun. I never really came up with what it was going to be used for, but it was just something cool. But this also gives you can see in terms of the scale and the proportions how the Knarl-bot actually matches up to an actual Knarl-bot right there. And of course, probably the bit that was the trickiest part when I was building this thing was, of course, the head. And that is a custom resin print that I got the designs from Felix the Crazy, or Felix to Crazy. Felix is absolutely awesome. He does all sorts of Kroot components and bits and pieces. He puts stuff on Etsy as well as stuff on Cult 3D, so you can actually download them yourself. I'll put a link in the description for anyone who's interested. But yeah, as you can see, this miniature, let's get rid of this Knarl-bot here, very much a super kit bash scratch build. So just the basic run through of how it was built. You got the armature main body there, as you can see, connected to the torso section. This midsection here is actually the midsection of an Orc killer can. The top of the Orc killer can is the hatch there, of course. These are just random components from different parts of the armature kit. That's from a Riptide kit, one of the little bits that goes on the breast bit. That exhaust pipe is from, that exhaust pipe there, that is from an Orc bike. The feet, you can see there, I've got the additional claw sections from the killer can in order to give it more talon-like feet. And then, of course, these are just the other sections of the leg, just cut down without the other bit there. And then, of course, you got Orc power claws connected there, and just an Imperial flamethrower attached on the underside. But yeah, like I said, probably one of my favorite miniature builds. And then, of course, we can attach the cannon if we need to make him look even more nasty. So yeah. So if you ever feel that Kroot can't be whoa, look out. So if you ever feel that Kroot cannot be technological, then just remember, have a Knarl-bot. Until next time, bye!